Welcome, Bell's leaders. By now, you've learned all about the guest experience and how we strive to create a positive environment for each and every guest that enters our store. Today, we are focused on you and the essential role you play in leading the guest experience in your store. At Bell's, everything we do for our guest. As a leader in a Bell store, you are responsible for the most important job of all, creating a positive and memorable experience that exceeds the guest's expectations. Every team member in the store contributes directly to the guest experience, and as a leadership team, you accomplish this together through your actions as the guest experience manager. The GEM. The role of the GEM is to set the tone of the store by allocating resources, leading the daily store communication, and energizing the team to reach goals. The GEM focuses on greeting and welcoming every guest, circulating the store to ensure standards are maintained, and helping to resolve guest issues. Most importantly, the GEM consistently observes and coaches guest behaviors in order to positively impact the guest experience. Every guest, every time. The secret to creating a successful guest experience is teamwork. Sometimes it requires additional support to ensure the goal of engaging each and every guest is met. The Store Experience Associate, the C, provides essential backup support for the GEM, assisting with operational functions that occur throughout the business day. Store Experience Associates are high-performing team members that are trained and certified to support this role during peak business hours. There are a designated amount of Cs per store based on volume level. Later on, you will see some specific examples of the GEM and C roles and how they work together to create a great guest experience. Let's pause for a minute to check our understanding of the differences between the GEM and C roles. Preparing for a great day is the key to developing a guest-centric culture. The more effective a team plans to the needs of the business, the more positive the guest experience will be. It all starts with delivering great schedules, which allows for GEM and C shifts to be planned out in advance. As you see here, the opening GEM is preparing the essential tools needed to make it a great day at Bell's. The GEM Tracker is the tool that collects all of the important communication for the day into one place. It includes store goals and previous day results, the associate schedule, and the GEM and C shifts for the day. Another planning tool is the daily newsletter, which is full of additional topics such as recognition and key action items. This communication is shared with the associates at the morning meeting, during midday check-ins, and is posted each day in a central location. The morning rally is where the planning and preparation comes to life, as the GEM gets the team excited about the day ahead. The GEM leading the morning rally should be filled with high energy and positivity. This is the time to inform the teams of the focuses and goals for the day, and how these align to support the overall success of the guest experience. Oh, and don't forget about recognition. The morning rally is a great avenue to utilize the star cards and recognize associates for impacting sales, talent, achievement, and results. During this energizing morning rally, you'll witness firsthand the important role the GEM plays in setting the tone for the day ahead.
Hey, good morning, team.
Morning.
Hey, let's start the day out with a quick review of yesterday's business. You did $57,000 on a budget of $51,000.
Yeah.
Great job, great job. We had a credit goal of $15,000. You delivered 18 new credit cards yesterday.
Great.
Outstanding job. We signed up 32 new Coast to Coast members. We're up 2% for the month. We want to continue that trend, stay strong all week, and keep signing those guests up. Danielle, you opened 7 credits yesterday. How did you do that on your shift?
I just used the talk track and followed up with every guest, and it was good from there, and it worked.
It worked great. You did an outstanding job, Danielle. Here's a star card recognizing your accomplishments. Great job. Okay, team, let's talk about our guest rating this week. We are at 95%. You are #1 in the district.
Wow.
Outstanding job. Great job. Let's continue that positive guest experience all month. I want to share with you a guest compliment that came in yesterday. And this is a great example of why we are leading the district. The cashier was extremely efficient, helpful, friendly, and knowledgeable. I had the opportunity to check out with Laura both times I have been into Bell's to shop recently, and she did an awesome job.
Excellent.
She discussed the rewards program, which reminded me that I had a $5 off coupon. Big thanks to Laura for helping me save on my purchases. Laura, outstanding job.
Yeah, Laura.
All right, great job for taking care of our guests. Thank you so much. All right, team, let's talk about today's goals. Our sales plan today is $45,000 with a credit goal of $15,000. We're going to stretch that to $25,000 because we need 10 more to get caught up for the month, and we're going to make that happen today. Who's in? All right, outstanding. Our coast-to-coast goal is $35,000. We did that yesterday, so we should have no problem achieving that. Today's promotion, lowest price of the season. We have an extra $30 off clearance, and our guests are earning Bell's Bucks. We have a markdown team set this morning. Markdown team, please remember, make that guest your number one priority when you're out there on the floor doing markdowns. Look up, acknowledge them, greet them, live that guest acronym every day while you're doing your job. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, team, listen, we're going to get ready to open the doors up today. Let's have an amazing day. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good.
Wow, how excited would you be to attend a meeting with John as the opening gem? His energy level and passion for the day ahead is so impactful. As a leader, John understands that an engaged and informed team will not only be ready to provide a great guest experience, but also be more productive throughout their shift, working as a team to reach the goals of the store. Question for you. As a gem, are you setting the stage for your team through an energetic morning rally like this? If not quite yet, what are you waiting for? Today is the day to start. After the morning rally, the doors open and the guests are ready to shop. It's crucial that the gem is setting the tone for the store by communicating areas of need, ensuring task completion, and encouraging the team on credit and C2C performance. As the day begins to progress, the gem can be seen conducting touch bases, celebrating wins, and coaching through any opportunities. Overall, the gem spends 80% of their time at the front of the store, circulating between the registers and entryways, ensuring a fast and efficient checkout experience, and engaging in G for greet and welcome every guest. By role modeling this behavior, the gem sets the example for the rest of the team to follow. Working at Bell's is not just an 8 to 5 job. Associates are coming and going all throughout the day, and it's the gem's responsibility to touch base with these team members. As you can see, the gem is conducting a check-in with Julie, who just started her shift. The gem is sharing the communication topics from the morning rally, as well as discussing the associates' goals for the day. The gem also informs Julie that she will be the line leader if needed for part of her shift today, and takes the opportunity to discuss the importance of the you in the guest experience, understand their needs, and offer assistance prior to the checkout. Great job to the gem for using the specific meaning of the guest acronym while communicating their expectations for the associate. Now, let's take another quick break to check in on what else we have learned about being a great gem. During each and every gem shift, there are many opportunities to influence the behaviors that create a guest-centric culture. It is the gem's job to observe associate behaviors and coach the appropriate actions that support a positive guest experience. In this example, the gem is recognizing Betsy for going above and beyond to engage with the guest. Betsy set the bar for the E in guest by exceeding their expectations. The gem observed Betsy engaging in sincere conversation with a guest in the home department, getting the customer a cart for her larger items, helping her to ensemble a bathroom and coordinating bedroom set, and ending the interaction by searching for click and find for one last item. And the best part? Betsy is a Mrs. Associate who just happened to engage with a guest who needed help in the home areas. The gem was so impressed with this guest interaction, the associate immediately received a star card and a big high five. As a leader, it is always so rewarding to celebrate the wins with associates in the team. But as we all know, coaching through opportunities is just as important. In this upcoming example, you'll watch the gem engage in a coaching moment during a touch base with a markdown associate, Kent.
Hey, good morning, Kent.
Good morning.
How are markdowns going?
Right on track to plan. This is our last area, and we should
Great.
be done with Missy in about 15 minutes.
That's great. Great to hear that. Hey, I noticed a few guests in the area you were working in. What assistance do they need?
You know what? I'm not really sure. I didn't pay much attention to them.
All right, well, I'm glad you brought that up. Do you recall at our morning rally, we talked about the markdown team making the guest a priority?
Yes, I do.
So there's a little bit of opportunity here
Definitely.
with the guest.
Definitely.
Tell me, Kent, what would you have done differently?
Well, I didn't follow the process of the guests. I should have engaged them more, answered their questions.
That's right, Kent. From what I observed, you missed several steps in ultimately exceeding the guest expectations. There was certainly an opportunity with the G, greet and welcome, but you also missed the S, which was serve with sincerity. You were so focused on what you were doing at your task that ultimately the guest is going to feel like she wasn't important to you as a Bell's associate and to Bell's.
I know. I realized I should have had more focus on the guest. However, I was trying to get the markdowns completed. But I appreciate your feedback, and I will definitely make the guest my priority in the future.
That's great, Kent. Thanks so much for that commitment. You know, what you're doing is extremely important, but the guest has to be our priority in all we do. And I think if we really continue to focus on our guest behaviors, we can accomplish both.
I agree.
So do me a favor, can you see me before your day is out? I'd love to know how you've impacted the guest experience today.
Of course, I look forward to it.
Great, thanks, Kent.
Now that we have seen an effective coaching moment, let's celebrate again. The Gem has just observed a cashier, Tiffany, acquiring a Bell's card and coast to coast for a guest. The associate followed every step of the talk track, so the Gem immediately recognizes her with a star card for achievement. Over the headset, the Gem communicates Tiffany's accomplishment to the entire team, making sure to call out her excellent use of the talk track. Unfortunately, this tool has not been used consistently in the store, so the Gem takes this opportunity to influence this expectation while balancing it with recognition for the positive behavior. The Gem did a great job communicating this over the headset, as it appears by the reaction of the cashier at the other register that she's heard the message and is going to focus on using the steps of the talk track more consistently going forward. Let's take another look at a coaching moment that transpired when the Gem observed that Julie is having some challenges during her time as line leader.
Hey, good morning, folks. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm going to have 2 cashiers up here momentarily. Team, we need 2 backup cashiers to Missy Cash Wrap, please. Thank you both. They'll be up here momentarily. Thank you all so much for your patience.
Take note of how the Gem uses open-ended questions to facilitate this conversation.
Hey, Julie, how's it going in Missy?
Oh, busy, very, very busy. The dress go backs, I don't think they're ever going to end. But they're in the ad today, so I want to get them back on the floor as soon as
Good. Well, I
possible.
appreciate the update on the Missy business. Our discussion this morning, we talked about you as line leader. We had allotted time for you to be up front as the line leader. I was just up there. The lines were backed up. I got additional assistance, and our guests are happy, but I noticed you weren't there.
Well, I thought it was more important that I finished doing what I'm doing here. I mean, we only have 2 people working in Missy's right now, and it's really, really busy.
Yeah, I understand. And store standards are certainly important. But remember when we talked about the you and guests this morning?
Yes, I remember.
How do you think by not being up there as line leader, it impacted the guest experience?
Well, the line is longer than it would have been if I'd been up there in my role as a line leader, and I could help them with the talk track topics. I can help the guests on the click and find things. So I'll head up there
You
right
got
now.
this, and that's why we love having you as line leader up there. So I really look forward to seeing you at the end of your shift and hearing the great guest experience you created today.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Julie.
We have just seen how important it is to deliver the right message when coaching for improved performance. But as leaders, we have to take it a step further and understand a few more factors that influence a successful coaching moment. The examples you have just witnessed show the Gem's interactions when the traffic in the store is fairly slow. When the store is busy, these coaching moments often look and feel much different. Do we still engage in recognizing and coaching during peak times? Absolutely. During busy times, these interactions need to be respectful to the guest's experience first and foremost, so they may need to be a little quicker overall, less open-ended, and sometimes even just acknowledging the intent to discuss later. As a Gem, it is important to not allow silent approval by ignoring a behavior that negatively impacts the guest experience, no matter how busy the day is. Circling back and following up becomes crucial on busy days. Now for a quick review of actions the Gem and C should be doing, and those they should not. Gem behaviors to engage. Role models guest behaviors. Creates a welcome environment for guests. Observing and coaching the guest experience. Circulates sales floor to ensure standards are maintained. Sets goals and monitors performance. Line management to ensure fast and efficient checkout. Recognizes success. Gem behaviors to avoid. Staying in one location. Ringing register. Working on a task or process. being off of the sales floor, completing operational functions, trying to be the guest experience versus managing the guest experience. Now, let's take a look at the similar concept for the role of the C. C behaviors to engage. Take care of operational tasks off sales floor. Circulate store checking fitting rooms, bathrooms, and store standards once every hour. Updating GEM tracker with hourly results. Check in with GEM once an hour for update. Balance time between C and department responsibilities. Will vary each shift. C behaviors to avoid. Leaving operational tasks unattended. Starting large projects during C shift. Not communicating to GEM. Let's test our knowledge on what we just learned about the do's and don'ts of the GEM and C roles. Once the GEM has completed their shift, there are a few key steps that must take place before their job is complete. The first of these steps is walking the store one last time to assess any needs and opportunities. Once this is completed, a very important part of this transition is touching base with the C to get a quick rundown of the action topics that they supported the GEM with during their shift. As we look back at Stan, the C, for the last hour, we witnessed several instances in which he stepped away briefly from his current duties to support the guest experience for the GEM. Traffic in the store really increased, so the C knew it was time to make the rounds to check the status of the fitting rooms. This allowed the GEM to stay engaged at the front of the store, leading the guest experience. This interaction shows how the C is supporting the GEM by answering the back door for a UPS delivery. By doing this, the C ensured that the GEM could stay on the sales floor and focus on the guest experience. The final step is the GEM to GEM handoff. This is a time for two leaders to discuss results obtained, the condition of the store, and any needs for the upcoming GEM to focus on during their shift. But most importantly, as we saw earlier, it is essential for the current GEM to communicate the coaching moments during their shift. The new GEM needs to be equipped with this information to ensure follow-up and support for those team members as they take over leading the guest experience. Last but not least, the GEM tracker is updated and yes, we have a successful handoff. One other key reminder, the GEM to GEM touch base should always be in person in order for those crucial coaching moments to be shared. What an action-packed 2-hour GEM shift for John. Now it's Sandy's turn as the next GEM to follow through on the great start of the day that John put into place. So, as we wrap up, who is responsible for creating a positive, memorable visit for our guests? If you answered me, then you're correct. As a GEM, you are the face of Bells, the mayor of the town, the captain of the ship. There is no greater job in a Bell store than being a GEM. Today, you've seen what it looks and feels like to be a great GEM and a great leader in your store. How will you exceed your own expectations as a GEM going forward?